Hey everyone, welcome to the Mortal Kombat set review version of the Guile treatment.
Man, you
It
sound
seemed
so
like
quiet.
everybody wanted us to sort of go by card, so instead we're just going to go each character and do a card here and there. So,
Yeah, because, we don't give you what you want. You get
but
what we give you.
also I'm pretty sure we don't want this video to be like 4 hours long.
That is true. That is also true. So I guess we're starting off with Cassie Cage, because we're going to go alphabetical.
We'll just go in alphabetical order.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, Cassie's not that great, unfortunately. So that's basically how I sum her up. Basically, I'm going to tag all of Toys videos into this if you want character breakdowns. So we're going to talk more about the cards, I think.
That's worth mentioning too. Yeah, I mean, Toys has some pretty good videos, and Tim Keefe has sort of those write-ups going basically every card.
Yeah.
And those are a good read as well. Those are over on Reddit.
Yeah, I'll link those into the video descriptions.
Over on Reddit on the extremely active UFS subreddit.
Hey man, sometimes it has spurts. I should say it has spurts. So I guess attack wise, I would say Akimbo and Nutcracker really stick out for me.
I mean, honestly, like the thing is like Cassie herself, like I don't think is great. I think she's somebody where there's a lot of other people who can run her stuff better than she does.
Mm-hmm.
But her cards in general are really good. I would say like Akimbo is like an interesting card. I don't know if it's like amazing, but like it's certainly got like some decent value. Because the thing is whatever. What is it? The first card of your card pool. So like that includes itself.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much going to be at least 6 damage unless you lead with like a 2-check or something.
Yeah.
And then I mean the big one is like Nutcracker. That card's bonkers.
Yeah.
It's one of the cards in the set that has like a billion keywords, so you might have missed the fact that it's a 4-diff slam, which means that you can transform it and I mean, and it has all. So
I was thinking of building a transform deck with her and using like beast cannons into Nutcrackers into like other things to cheat foundations in with like turbo slam.
I mean, that's the thing is you got to think for Bebop. People were really talking about like Mayfa's Assault and how between like was it like Mayfa's Assault and what was it? There were a couple. I feel like there were a couple 4-diff slams that had just come out. That basically all. That's what it was. You had whatever the Gyro Man card is. It was like a high card that drew.
Oh, Gyro Crush.
Yeah, and then you had like the Mayfa's Assault. That's like a low attack that effectively draws you a card.
Yep.
I mean, I guess this technically draws you a card.
Yeah, it does.
And especially if you're on all, you can run like her foundation that doesn't counter progressive or a season guide.
Yep.
So you probably have some options to sort of just cram in there that won't mess you up and still allow you to get cards. So, if you want to try out that all slams Metal Man some more, this is definitely a good option.
Funny story. My newest player Ryan is playing all slams Metal Man right now, and he's kind of struggling with power level wise, like going into like him against MK and Bebop characters, but I told him that I think Nutcrackers should go in for sure.
I mean, the thing about that is, you sort of go, oh, well, if the opponent's character is like a male, it gets +4. Yeah. But you gotta, I mean, that's gonna be most stuff you're gonna run into.
Yeah.
There's some pretty decent like female characters in Mortal Kombat, but I mean, Mega Man is basically like no one's playing Splash Woman.
Yeah,
if they're playing Splash Woman, you don't need 4 extra damage.
Yeah, exactly.
Just wait like 2 turns and
then they die.
Yourselves.
Yeah.
And so basically all the Robot Masters are male. All the Doctors are male. All the Mega Mans are male, etc. And then in Bebop, they're like basically what?
There's 3, I think.
There's effectively 1 because both Asimov and Katarina and Ed 9 have both. And so that means that they'll count as male for this.
Yeah.
And that's the Twinkle got banned. So really the only one left is Faye.
Yeah, it's Faye.
So yeah, I mean, more often than not, you'll be getting that E.
Yeah, definitely. And then
even Power Flip's good. That's a little less, but people have talked about that with Not Over Yet, and then just throwing out a bunch of foundations and like playing it like early in the game and just building and continuing your turn. So
and then there's
like,
the whole
pretty much all her stuff has a place.
What the whole Turbo Man, whatchamacallit, Scorch Wheel trick where you just blow out a bunch of stuff, bring it down, draw.
Yeah, I mean Turbo Man. You can also do it with like Yellow Devil.
Yellow Devil
on like turn 2 or something, where you're going to commit out to pass it, but it's fine because you're Yellow Devil, and then you get like a bunch of stun, a little bit of damage, and build a bunch of foundations.
That card's pretty decent. Moving into pretty good card. I think her better cards are like Sense of Morals. That card's
nuts.
Pretty awesome.
I mean, honestly, I think if you're playing one of these symbols, this is probably just a 4X auto include.
Yeah, with as much stun there is in the format, I don't see why you wouldn't include all 4.
Yeah, and the thing is too is you got to think that effective, like unless you're running like 1 checks,
it's a
this
spam.
Is basically a 0 to foundation.
Yes,
because you just played first, it doesn't count to progressive.
Yep.
And so you just like lead with this, and then play your other foundations as if it's not there. And I mean the thing is like if you're in some matchup where they're not playing like any sort of committal or stun or something, and it's not really worthwhile, you can just side it out.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
But
I don't know why anybody wouldn't be playing committal in this format. Committal is very, very good.
I mean, the thing is too is like the important part about that ready is that it doesn't say that hasn't been ready this turn. So if they just stun, if your opponent's just like, stun 1, and you have like a really good like commit foundation, you can basically then just ready that for the rest of the turn on a 4+.
Because like if she's one of those characters who can add in off-symboled cards. She doesn't have to be ready, But what I'm saying is if you're playing like an all deck and you have like refusing to let go, and you drop it in, or you have it in there, or you're playing good or whatever, it doesn't matter. Or Earth.
I mean, you could just play Earth or good and have it on symbol.
Okay, whatever. But you know what I'm saying. And then someone stun 1, they're never going to stun 1 you. I don't think anyone's ever going to stun you with that and this up.
And something like all, I mean, you could if you have like Agile Warrior or something like that, like
Yeah, so you can just refusing to let go every attack, and that just makes her live longer. But I'd just rather play a different character. Like you could have used this in the Rockford PTC,
dude. Yes. I mean, that was the thing is my biggest concern about playing like Earth Vicious was I didn't know what I was going to do against stun. I ended up having. Because I didn't run Iron Body because I was running like 7 2-checks or something like that. I was running a ton of 2-checks.
Sure.
So I didn't really bother with Iron Body. So I basically had, I think, 2 copies of Long Journey main and 2 more on the side. And that was like literally all I had.
Yeah.
And, it was never enough.
Yeah.
like the matches where I played against Jet 3 times. And this would have helped. I could have used this.
Oh, yeah. Then let me grab out that last card. Shadow Inheritance, actually, is her other rare foundation.
I got you. This is pretty interesting.
Yeah. The top ability, actually, in draft was pretty awesome. Because I played against a Liu Kang that flooded my pool. And it was in the 4-pack sealed, I'm sorry. Because I played Cassie in 4-pack sealed. And I had a couple of these. And I was -6 to my block.
Right.
It was pretty awesome.
That's the biggest thing is, it's going to be like against Pool Clog, which there's a little bit of, there's Liu Kang. I think there's a little bit of other stuff, but mostly him. So that's important. And then, especially on all, there's some pretty good actions that you can run.
Yep.
You could run Punch and Judy, you can run Templar, you can run,
Not over yet?
Not over yet. We were talking about that for Power Flip.
Yeah.
There's another one that I'm just blank. Throw it down.
Yeah, throw it down.
All 3 symbols for this. Throw it down with no count to progressive, and it'll give you what, +3 to the block mod? So, yeah. This is just something that's good if you're blocking with actions or foundations or something, and to really sort of get through like a late turn block.
Yep.
So.
And then the Cassie Cage E is kind of just her ability.
Yeah, I think it's exactly her ability.
It's exactly her ability, which I wish it would. I really wish it would have said +1 speed and damage. But
I think that'd be a little much for a 2 diff, but I guess that's basically what what's his name does, right? Liu Kang's.
Liu Kang's does X for the amount of cards in their card pool.
In their pool, yeah.
Yeah, so it's basically a 2/2 or 3/3 usually. So move on to Devora.
Sure. I mean, Devora, I'm a little disappointed with Devora. She was probably, like, her and Takeda were probably the characters I was most excited to try out on Mortal Kombat. And I think, I mean, Takeda got some pretty good stuff. Like, I think he's insane. But Devora, I don't know. It just, I mean, the thing is like, I've sort of, like, thought about how I'd build, like, a Devora deck, and I don't think, I probably am going to run, like, her 3-diff foundation, at least some of it.
Yeah.
Although, you know, there's some pretty good competition on, the, you know, definitely, actually, really all 3 of those symbols.
Yeah. So, well, you got to think Life has Surveyor, so does Chaos. You know.
I mean, both of them have Surveyor, both of them have Hunt. Life has, like, whatever that, not Eligor, Kadath Foundation is, Survivalist.
Oh, Survivalist, yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. All has some pretty good 3-diff, like, defensive foundations. So, but the one card I feel like she has that really stands out is Insect Puppeteer. That card, yeah, it's the once per turn, add a printed 4-damage life card, life attack from your discard pile to your card pool, and ready it.
Yeah.
And so that's something where, like, we'll get to it a little bit later in, like, Jaquise support. There's, like, a, you know, really good tech card that you can cram into your pool for free every single turn that shuts down a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
But also, you know, somebody like Dimitri, if he wants to imitate old Dimitri, I mean, he can cram a negative stolen in there, make it not count progressive.
Yep.
One of the other ones that's pretty good is, what's it called? It's like Dashing Demon Cradle or something.
Oh, is that the one where they have to destroy a foundation to use a keyword ability?
Yep. While it's in your card pool, your opponent has to destroy a foundation as an additional cost to play any keyword ability.
That's pretty sweet. That's a nice find.
You know, it's not, like, incredible. I mean, I think it's, like, combo throw, so, like, it kind of depends on, like, what else you're doing. But, I mean, I don't know. Like, you know, just some little things here and there. Or, obviously, for her, she can just pump some damage.
It just feels like, to me, like, her attacks are just lacking. Like, I know they have to be 4 damage, because that's, like, her shtick, but, like, 3 speed, 4 speed, that's blocking. That's easily blocked. And I understand that they're trying to, like, you do long attack strings with her. So
but the thing is, like, other than, like, Ovipositor, which will, like, let you play every copy of it.
Yeah.
I mean, right, it's not like she has a way to, like, draw a bunch of cards, I don't think, right? I guess she can do it.
Outward loyalty.
She has the foundation. But, I mean, I don't know. Spawning Puddle's okay. I mean, it's a 3-diff, 4-damage move, so, like, it's kind of alright that it's, like, slow and low.
Yeah.
I mean, right, it's a good zone. It's a lot of damage. It's safe. I mean, there's a lot of
gain your 4 life, so that's not bad, I guess. So.
But, yeah. I mean, this just looks like a deck where, like, if you're just running her stuff...
Yeah. You're going to struggle.
You know, you're basically just like, I hope you go to Deadlock, and I'll play a Crawler, and then every single Ovipositor that is in my, like, discard pile, and then throw some Scourges at you for 1 billion damage.
Yeah, I think that her best card's not even on her page. So, it's Kersplat. Like, Kersplat's, like, maybe one of her best cards. Because, it's just, it does everything she wants to do, in my opinion.
Yeah, you know? I mean... It's really good. I mean, what's the spike one? I'm blanking on it.
Oh, Urban Shower is really good too. Yeah, Urban Shower. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, she's someone, I think that if you're building Devora, you're going to, like, be very much benefited by ignoring all her cards.
Yeah. Like, I could see Insect Puppeteer being played.
Sure.
Like, maybe Outward Loyalty, because you're always going to have 4 damage. You're always going to have 2 guys, 2 damage moves.
Honestly, man, I for Otherworld Loyalty, like...
I don't know. It's something. It draws you a card.
I don't know. I think you can, if you're trying to draw cards, like, you can do better.
Like, you can still play Throw It Down with her play off of all, so, you know, just play Throw It Down, you know, I guess. Hope for the best. I don't know.
I mean, that's sort of one of her things, is, like, she can put a decent amount of damage on stuff, but, like... I don't see a lot of ways to get things to like connect. I mean, I guess that's the point. The point is that she plays like a ton of attacks, and like I guess like at a certain point they can't block anymore.
Yeah, true. That is true.
The thing is like chunking people down and like
amounts
of like 4 or 5, whatever. Like
because
even if it gets up to like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other people that can do that on the first attack.
Yeah.
And and the thing, and on top of all that, she's 17 vitality.
Yeah, Jet does that on a rocket launcher by himself.
Yeah, it's like she wants to play like a long attack string, which generally means that she's going to have to be doing it on turn like 3 or 4. It's like she needs to have a foundation. She needs to have a staging area to pass checks if things go badly, and then she needs to draw a hand that's like 4 or 5 plus attacks.
Yeah.
And that just seems like a big ask. And obviously then staying alive to do it. So
all right, let's move on to the wizard, Ermac.
Yeah. He's not the wizard. He's a
wizard.
The bag of souls.
I know, but he's kind of like a wizard. I wish they would have had Shang Tsung instead of him, so I could be like, "Your brother's soul is mine," like from the movie, and do all the quotes from the movie because that Shang Tsung's awesome.
So, Ermac.
Yes.
Ermac.
Ermac
every
is
single
sad.
card has like a 86 plus or something.
Yeah,
right?
It's just super sad. Like I pulled my first soul balls today, and I kind of got sad. But
you should just call Slam and see if he still wants them, right?
No, I think he has some. So
it's unfortunate.
But I think my favorite attack of his is probably either Soul Charge or Telechoke. Even though Teleport Punch is fun, but you need to play like a billion checks to pass that.
Yeah, that's something too for Teleport Punch because I know people were talking about this and didn't know.
Yeah.
So the R hand, add it to your pool, 6 plus, and then after they play their first attack, add it back to add it to their hand and then play it.
Hand and play
it. You need to pass this even after the 6 plus.
Yep.
So like you add it to your pool, make a 6 plus. Then after you add it, when it says you can play it, it doesn't say no check necessary, so you still have to pass a 5 diff on top of that.
I think this card would be better if it didn't have to, like you didn't have a cost to pay. Or no 6 check, but then it ruins
I don't know why there's a 6 check on top of it.
Because it's a gimmick.
Whatever.
Like, because you have to pass the 6 plus before you pass the 5, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The only card I really like the one card I really liked during draft at least was Telekinetic Mastery, because I did draft a lot of 6 checks. So I was able to get a lot of minus speed or minus damage with it, and I was, because I was playing Reptile, so I was able to neg damage.
The thing is even, commit 1 foundation for like -2 or -2, like, isn't bad.
It's not bad, yeah. And it's just, all the rest of his stuff is just so gimmicky, But
one of the things for me with him is, he has like, does he have anything that gets you characters back? I guess he has 1, right? Soul Charge?
Yeah, well, he has that. I mean, like, automatically.
No, I guess he has 2, right?
Well,
no,
like
that
Soul
one has
Ball,
momentum. So Soul
Ball does
one,
it,
right?
and Fusion of Souls does it, too. That gets characters back from the discard pile to your hand.
Okay, and I guess, Telechoke is added 6 or more. Okay, so he has a couple things to feed his E if you, have the right character. So that's not terrible.
Yeah.
The thing is, too, is he also has his, R destroy after you check a character. Like, they have to destroy something.
Yeah.
And, he has no way to, feed that. He doesn't have any sort of, cheap foundations or, ways to sort of build stuff for free or...
Like, you could go... I don't know. Like, Dr. Wily's 2 castle, Skull Fortress 2, but... How many ally cards
the biggest thing is
running?
Dr. Wily's foundation. There's the Genius Architect. It's a 2/4 that when it's destroyed, you add it to your hand. I mean, that's okay.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of one of those things you can make a bazillion checks and that's fine.
Yeah.
But I see him having trouble against
7-hander. Yeah. Exactly. I just see him getting this outran.
He could be a nightmare against a 5
or
a
definitely.
4, where he's just I'll just check some foundations and blow up all your stuff. What's...
Yeah, I think it's his R is very matchup dependent, then it's probably blank most of the time. I think he's just a one ability character.
This thing too is and even then oof, I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty rough because you could check multiple characters in a turn. It's just like, well, I don't want to reset the game. Maybe if you're behind, I get it, but but I think he's always going to be behind because he's a six-hander that's running characters, and just.
So that's the thing. Is like he wants to run. Like, I think Toy's video talks about this, where it's like he needs to run less foundations to run his characters, but then he needs foundations to blow up when he checks the characters. And so it's just kind of like that ability kind of fights itself.
Like if you had a once per turn R after you destroy a foundation at the top card of your deck to your staging area, kind of like how Dr. Wily 1 is.
I got you.
That would kind of mitigate the craziness that the R could be, but. I don't know, maybe they just thought that this destroy thing, that someone would just play sixes and just destroy stuff, and I don't know.
Or maybe if his foundation was like the 6+ was like add the character like face down in your stage.
Yeah, like that.
I don't know.
I don't know. That seems something they could have done, but I don't really. I see Telechoke getting play. Maybe. I don't know. I think may be the only attack of his I see maybe getting played. Soul Charge might see something, but. I don't know, like Ed 9 may play it, but it's not an ally attack, so yeah, I doubt. Okay, fine, I'll regress. I don't think any of his attacks are going to be played outside of him. I'd be very surprised, honestly. But
right, let's talk about Aaron Black.
Let's talk about Aaron Black. Let's talk about a good character, because the first three characters are kind of bad. So this character is very good, very linear, but boy, is he fun.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Black is definitely one of those people where it's like, you sit down, your opponent flips Aaron Black, and you're like, well, better hold some low blocks.
Definitely not building any lows, that is for sure. One thing that Toy pointed out that I didn't know, that his R, after a low attack deals damage, commit one of your opponent's foundations, that is done on either turn, ladies and gentlemen. Did not realize that when I first read the character. As
long as your opponent's attack is low. Yeah.
You're good, yeah. My favorite, I'm just going to come out and say it, Sand Grenade's my favorite attack of his, because that's just,
that'll kill people.
It's insane. It's a 4-5, gets +1 to its powerful rating for each committed foundation in your opponent's staging area. So you're probably throwing this like on a, 7, 8, easy? And after he clears two low attacks, you're probably playing this on a 6, easily. Mm-hmm. And then you just murder your opponent.
Trent on a 6? I mean, you could easily play this on like a 5.
Oh, yeah. Well, sure. But, I don't know, after you caltrops him for stun a million, it doesn't really matter. So, yeah, I think he's going to be one of those characters that people are going to play outright and then take a while to, like, get the nuances. Because there's a lot of Sub-Zero stuff that has low on it. I think Icy Slide's a low. That has stun 2. He can play Nutcracker probably better than Johnny Cage can.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that is stun 2 as well.
Stun 2.
I mean, the thing about like Sand Grenade is, I mean, if you can get like some momentum, I mean, the Sand Grenade is really about making it hit.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is a lot like the old like Clark Buster.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's just like, once you get your opponent like tapped out and then just throw this like one move for lethal and like they're dead.
Yeah. True.
Now obviously, like even if they're tapped out, like it's just 4 speed. So if you can get some more speed on it, like that'd be good.
Luckily, he has a foundation that adds speed. So
a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah.
Are you talking about his 3 diff? I like that card.
What? Oh yeah, the 3 diff
sharpshooter.
Yeah, that card's very good. Yeah. I think Slide Shots is really good too. Like I think all of his attacks, like Caltrops are really good.
I mean, one of the nice things, honestly, about his stuff, that you really don't see a lot of in this set, I don't think, is they're pretty simple.
Yes.
They're all like, it's a lot of like
yep.
one ability stuff. Mm-hmm. Some like decent numbers. Like they just kind of make sense. Like not a ton of keywords. I guess other than Slide Shots.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, this is sort of something like Aaron Black is definitely somebody that you can give to like a newer player and they'll do okay.
Yeah.
Yep. He's a little bit like Snake Man.
Yeah.
That was kind of like plug and play. That's the other thing too is obviously if you block with low attacks, you can still take those as momentum as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Like Surge Snake off of Chaos. would be something too. If you don't want to play the slide shots, because Search Snake is multiple too, but it doesn't clear itself though.
Mm-hmm.
And he also gets use of Spike 2 support off of air, Urban Shower, Finding What Was Lost, and a lot of his all of his attacks.
What's Spike's low one? Right?
Which one? Swordfish Gunfire, where you get momentum. Yeah, because I was thinking about that too. Because you play that, clear it, you get 3 momentum for 2 if you play 2 attacks.
Yeah. So I just looked it up. So that is low.
Yeah.
It's 3 low 4, and it's if this card leaves your card pool during the combat phase, add the top card of your deck to your momentum.
Yeah.
So if you use his E to add this to your momentum, you will get an additional one on top of it. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and then you just lead with Caltrops and it gets stunned 4.
Yeah.
And then you sand grenade them for death. Yay! Yep. How many sand grenades did I end up getting? Oh, I only got 2. Sad. I have to go buy 2 more. They're only like $8 on the internet for some random reason. So
yeah, I mean,
you want to talk about Sharpshooter a bit, or you got another foundation?
Sure. I mean, this is just something like this was actually when they previewed.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not really like that new, but
Let's see. Earthrealm Mercenary's not bad. That's a once per turn discard of momentum. The next check to play a card gets +2, so you are playing Sand Grenade on a 4 if you play it second after you clear. So it gets +2 to check. So
gotcha.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I mean, I like the static on called shot as well. If you have momentum, it's a 1 diff with a +1 high. That's pretty sweet.
Oh, that is pretty cool. Yeah.
But yeah, Sharpshooter is something that I really like. We have that Airman deck that I know you've played.
Yeah.
And basically, right, that E, your low attack, it's +1/+1 and powerful 2. That is, especially on air, that's awesome with stretch kick.
Oh yes.
So.
Well, I guess even off of air, you would play stretch kick in him too. I think. Yeah, you definitely play stretch kick with him. Yeah.
Like stretch kick's great, and maybe that's the thing is for him. I mean, I guess what was it, his attack? So this thing is he only has one thing, the slide shots that is something that you can pump with like a bridging the races or something.
Oh, sure.
That was sort of always the problem for Airman is like it wasn't difficult like giving the speed. It was about how you were going to get the damage.
Sure. Oh, that's right. Because wasn't Scott pinned into playing that dumb Queen Bee card? Like I forget what it was called. All it did was give +1/+1.
Dying Race.
Dying Race.
E commit your attack is +1/+1.
Yeah.
So,
but I definitely, I don't know. I think an air, like, you could even technically play the mix-up and play ace maneuvers in them. Because you got 2 cleared, you can try to clear some,
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I guess that's true. You could just have that 1 high, and you can get a win off that when everyone they just hold a bunch of lows, and then all of a sudden here's like a giant high attack. So.
Yeah, but then people are going to figure it out, and that's when you start overloading lows and also.
I guess on air, right? You can run the base kick.
Oh yeah, yep.
But the thing about that is like. You don't really have a way to pump the damage a lot, so it won't be a lot of damage, but that's cool. But what's it? Does T-Hawk have order?
No.
Okay, I thought he did, but what is he? He's life,
Earth, and Void.
And Earth.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Yep.
Because his thing, Tomahawk Buster, or whatever.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, that card's awesome. Yeah.
I
think he's one of those characters that's gonna really. Because he's a zone specific character, so people are going to go like way back. Like Magnet Slam's really good in him. Obviously,
I mean Hyper Bomb.
Hyper Bomb's amazing in him. So it's just nuts. And he gets access to Surveyor on one of his symbols, and was it the Asimov and Katarina punch? He gets that too, and then Stinging Upper's really good with him too. So
yeah, I guess you can play that second on a 5, add another low, and then get. The one you added and your first attack.
Yeah.
So you don't have to play like an attack on a 6.
You can add a Swordfish Gunfire and then get through momentum.
No, because it'll seal.
Oh, it seals it. That's right. My bad. Good call. That's why we have you here. So, all right, moving on. Goro, Mr. Forehand Size. Let's let you know I was sad to pull a Punch Walk in one of my boxes, but I guess people want them, so I'll probably flip it for something.
I mean... honestly, Punch Walk's his best attack.
Yeah.
So.
Well, was it? What was it? Shokan grab. Tyler was playing a Fire Goro with that, and all his attacks were 5 diff. So he got that thing up to like 21 damage at one point. And he killed somebody with it, and that person was really mad because no one plays Throw Hate for some reason here in town. Because we were all playing, we're just bad. So whatever. But anywho, my favorite card on his page though is probably Goro's Victory Pose, and then
that card's awesome.
And then I also like Commander of Outworld's Armies. For like a defensive type, damage redux. Take 4 or more from an unblocked. Flip one of your opponent's foundations. Mm-hmm. The next tech gets -2 damage.
That's good too because obviously, it's targeted.
Yeah, it's not bad. And then also secretly plotting was very good in draft.
Mm-hmm.
It was very to set up checks and all that stuff. So, but like Toy said in his video though, like I think that people are going to see him like, ooh, hand tutoring, but then they're just going to get destroyed by like a seasoned player who knows how to play against a 4-hand size character.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to get really, really hurt by like lots of flip or foundation destruction. He's just going to have a hard time.
Like you mentioned before that we started recording, like I think Vicious, like you said, Vicious is probably just wins no matter what against him because he can't never hand.
I mean, pretty close.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying no matter what, but it's going to be Vicious is going to cut himself to flip his entire board every time, and it's not going to cost him that much.
I mean, the thing is, you're right. I mean, if you still draw like really good stuff, then it's fine.
Yeah.
But right? If you're just drawing some stuff that he's blocking, like, yeah.
I also realized that you just can't just poke Goro a lot. You just got to chunk him because if he has time to set up, then he finally Because
that's Tyler, the important part is is like especially as like a Goro player, like anytime your opponent's attacking you, you should be doing your it says your attack.
Yeah, your attack. Yeah, it's rough.
Well, then never mind.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I thought he could just fill up his pool.
Oh no!
Yikes.
Nope.
Then why do you have to chunk him?
Well, I'm just saying, it depends on the build. What was it? He was basically playing the Mad Pro deck with Goro.
Okay.
And
just get him to 20?
Well, I did. Game 1, I blew him out on turn 3. No more. It was pretty easy. Turn 3, I hit him with 3 whip assaults in one turn, and then games 2 and 3, I proceeded to not draw attacks for like multiple turns. So yeah, that was rough with a 20 attack deck, but that happens. Sometimes you just get UFS'd. But if he has time to set up, then he becomes kind of scary a bit. But he needs that time to set up. But I think he's going to get blown out by those quick aggro decks. Like Spike 2 shouldn't even have an issue with this guy. Jet shouldn't have an issue with this guy. The bigger aggro decks.
The important part, I think, for a victory pose is, there's been a lot of talk about like they can't block or prepare to fight, blah, blah. I mean, the thing about this, I thought it was just like it couldn't be blocked by action cards. They can't play action cards, which means that if you have some like a big multiple or whatever, it's like you just flip this first because they can't basically if this goes through, they can't play revoke.
Yep.
They can't play out of your league.
Yep.
Like they can't play any of the sort of like negation actions. So, I mean, I've lost games because my opponent had like a clutch revoke. I know plenty of people who have done the same thing where it's just, I mean, if you just have this, it's like a 1/5, There's
a low block on it, so why not? It's
a nuts card.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's probably the best card on his page, honestly. Move on to Jackie Briggs. Jackie. Her cards are really interesting. I haven't really looked at them in depth, but I know J-Ray was really high on her coming out of Worlds. I don't know if he still is or not.
Well, I mean, it looks like she got a little touch-ups in the art department.
Yeah, the art department, thank you for that. Air Ground Smash, man, that card's pretty good.
That card is pretty crazy.
Yeah. It's, hi, what's up, kid? What's the one? Hand Cannon, is it Hand Cannon is the one, right? That shuts down a lot of stuff?
Yeah, Hand Cannon is the one we were talking about earlier with the puppets.
Yeah.
And the static is while it's in your card pool, cards cannot leave your opponent's card pool or discard pile due to their effects.
Yes.
So basically, if you have like Insect Puppeteer and one of these in your discard pile, like your first E is just I'll add this to my card pool, and like they can't big shots anymore. I mean, they can play it, they can get the stuff, they just won't be able to get the other one back. They can't use multiple.
Yep.
They can't use like Spike 1 won't be clearing any cards from his card pool.
Spike 2, you mean?
Yeah.
And then like, Jet can't remove, right, for his stuff?
That's cost.
That's cost. Okay, effect, so cost. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, this is... Yeah.
And I think Single Barrel is their answer to the, hey, you want to play Balance Fighter with a discard cost character?
Yeah, I mean, Single Barrel is an interesting card. I mean...
Yeah.
Basically, like, Single Barrel is a card that's, like, worth running if you can justify basically having, like, a 4-diff 5-mid for 3.
Yeah. Well, honestly, you're looking... It's a 5-mid for 9, really, if you think about it, with her, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about other people.
Other people,
yeah. Run it for Jackie, no problem. Like, that's the thing. It's like she just goes, I can put 6 damage on it if I want.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm talking about for, like, anybody else. I think this is a card that, you know, people are going to be like, oh, yeah, like, I can punish, like, off-symboling, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's like...
It's only 3 damage.
You know, if you're running, like, these 3 damage moves...
Yeah, no one cares. Yeah. Was it... Yeah, let's talk about Air Ground Smash. So, it is Water E, draw X cards, X equals 8 minus your printed hand size. If you drew 3 or more cards from this ability, you may ready 1 foundation. Mm-hmm. So, obviously, you're going to get maximum value out of a Water 5-hander. Right? Yep. So, but if you're still looking at like a 6-hander playing this, you're still drawing 2 cards, which is not bad off of 1 attack.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a new Deadlock Reversal is new in this, right? This is the first time we've seen Deadlock Reversal. I
think it may have also been on Ovipositor, but
yeah, I'm saying just the set in general, I believe. So, yeah. Now this I don't know. I like she has a lot of re-readying foundation effects on a couple of her cards, right? She has that, and Hand Cannon has one, and it doesn't say that hasn't been readied this turn. So again, she's kind of like, you know, not like sense of morals, but she can ready the same, like damage pump or whatever,
right?
Or even like a Surveyor, she can get a card, become a 6-hander, Air Ground Smash, Surveyor again, get another attack or whatever. So it's something. It's some plays. She has some plays with that. What about you? On her page.
I mean, I think Air Ground Smash is easily like her best attack. She's a little weird. Like, yeah, I feel like her stat was sort of the thought where they were like, we need some like tech cards to just kind of like hate on the meta a bit, and so she just got like blessed with all that stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
Future poolside date, I kind of like with Faye. I don't know if it'll be good, but you know, they're like. It's like this is like now probably going to be like a multi-symbol thing, so you know you can just walk straight into those single barrels. Yeah. But especially on good, there's like tons of momentum outlets, sort of like in and out. And so for Faye, like you can basically pitch momentum, discarding this, and then gain 2 vitality, and then add it back to your momentum. So you can basically do that on every single attack, just like gain 2, or you know. So that's pretty good. For her other stuff, I feel like it's a lot. I feel like it's a lot of kind of like hate and then just tech stamp stuff. So like, I don't know how useful that'll be for other people.
Yeah, like Olympic boxers are commit, draw a card, and gain 2 vitality. Just if they try to reduce your damage,
Right, but like, wouldn't you rather just run like fueling up?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I guess this has like a +2 high block as opposed to no block, but
like Special Forces Elite will probably see some play. In life, I wouldn't be. It gives tech +1 speed, and
I guess air and life is, you know, especially if you're running like whatever it's called, Cannonade or something.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, you know, and then the Deadlock are, not that we'll probably ever see Deadlock very very much, but it cancels a responsibility during an attack. So during a combat phase, it's not even it's not bad. It's not a bad card. It's a 3 low block. Not a sad face page. Sad face page. You don't know how disappointed I was when I saw him as a 5-hander.
I mean, I saw Devora's support, so I
know. But like Johnny has some good cards. It's just not for a 5-hander. Like I think if these cards were like for a 7-hander, or even like a 6-hander, they would be better.
I mean, if you're running Johnny Cage, aren't you just running like Waking Nightmare or whatever it's called?
You can, yeah, I guess.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know. Just because. I don't know. You would, obviously.
I mean, aren't you just running like White House?
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know.
So, I don't know what you're complaining about.
I just want to complain because it's not young Johnny Cage. It's old dad bod Johnny Cage, okay?
Well, you'll just have to wait for later Mortal Kombat set. Maybe we'll get a revisit.
So...
It could be young, fast, 7-hand size Johnny Cage.
Yeah, that's right. Like Johnny Cage with like the bicycle shorts Johnny Cage and the red sash. Yeah, that's right. Like Mortal Kombat 1 Johnny Cage. So should we talk about the infinite loop with Mimic or no? Do we care? Nah, don't care. Okay, cool. My favorite attack of his is probably Flash of Shadow Kick because
I'll agree with that.
Guile gets a great use out of this. Even Johnny does too because he can commit something then ready it. Discarding momentum, but or like say you had a foundation in momentum, you UEX2, then bring the foundation in, or have a destruction effect or whatever. Like I thought of something with Guile where you use what's the 5-diff one from Sasquatch that you destroy it, you get it face down.
5-diff.
The 5-diff. The 2-diff with 5.
Glacial Assault.
Glacial Assault. Thank you. Where you use it, you blow it up with Guile's effect, you get it face down, then you bring it back in. So you +1 on it, which isn't bad. It's something,
Yeah.
But then you're running all 5 diff moves anyways for the most part, so you get 1 speed, 3 damage, whatever. But
you have to. If it's ready to give the speed, you're gonna have to find a way to commit it to blow it up. That's
true. Yeah, that's also true. There you go. $500 sunglasses assholes, good card. I like that card a lot. Mike Hardman said that card was nuts with Raiden and Draft because he just readied it and would commit 2 cards because you can whatever, pretty good. But the sad Nutcracker that.
I think Movie Star's pretty good.
Movie Star is good. Yes.
That's an easy card to just splash into a lot of stuff. Things like Mega Man 2.
Sure.
I guess if you're doing like Order Reese, you could do that. Yeah. You could do, I guess, like Asimov and Katarina. Yep. They're committing cards for stuff.
I use just the E commit just to kill someone at the pre-release because I just committed for nothing.
Okay. Sure.
And then I got 2 damage.
Yeah, that's like with I think the old Clark card, Tough and Cool, which I think was speed instead of damage. Yeah. But that had an E commit that was like, when you get an opportunity to block this, like reveal a random momentum, and I'd use that on my own attacks just to get speed. So, but even the Breaker, there's a lot of cards, especially on like Good and Order, that have Breaker. So free card draw. Wow, E commit, draw a card. That's pretty good.
Yep.
I'd rather have this card draw than whatever that one was we were talking about for Devora. So
yeah, that's true. What do you think of Warrior Descendant? The 3-diff.
Honestly, I think that's pretty good. Yeah. I wish there were more foundations that had destroying other foundations as their cost. Just because sort of the world we live in with how scary Deadlock can be, depending on what you're going against.
Yep.
I guess that thing is sure blowing up face downs isn't really going to help you at all. But if you're not sure, if you're going to be alive, sure, blow up a 2-diff or something.
Well, what a good play, a play you could do is if you could, if you've used Refusing to Let Go earlier in the turn, you could blow it up, get -3, right? -3, yeah, and then you take 2, bring it back in, committed, find a way to ready it somehow or whatever,
it's great. It's great with Johnny because it's just you can either. Right, you're either just adding stuff that you're going to blow up, or, even with his thing, we talked about that sort of a Marathi card.
The
five diff. That's like a 1 diff if you have a 6 diff attack in your card pool or discard pile or whatever. I mean, something like that with his E, like you can commit for -5 and then blow it up for like -5.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So sure.
And then just keep bringing it back in, and then keep blowing it up with Warrior Descendant. I don't think you're taking any damage the entire time. So yeah. All right, you changed my mind. I'm gonna play some Johnny Cage now.
So
move on to Errata Girl.
I don't think his team consultant's very good.
No, I don't think so.
That doesn't seem worthwhile.
No, that card no. Like Mimic's cool. It's neat. You can do cool things with it. I think Speedball is just a solid like block card. And then maybe like a solid end of stream card. It's a 3 diff move. So
I mean, the thing is, Speedball. Like again, if you have like the 4 diff, 5 diff foundation, like sure. It's like especially that 5 diff because you're becoming like an 8 mid 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah. All right.
The thing is too is it's not even like speed either. It's mess with
it's
like
block
the modifier.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's blocking a +5 with block mod. I don't think they're just going to eat it.
Not easily.
Not easily, at least. Yeah. Yep. All right. Want to move on to the Errata Princess Katana? That there was like some giant, as of the day of recording, some giant dude going off because, whatever. The guy's a moron. So, I don't care if he watches the show or not. Whatever. So I don't have Princess Perry because I've traded them all away, but I think that may be her best card.
You're nuts.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I know. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. So
no. I'm saying you think that's her best card?
I think it's one of her.
Glaive Throw.
Glaive Throw is really good though. Glaive Throw is really good. I'll give you that. Yeah. I died to a Glaive Throw yesterday. It was pretty awesome.
You're just like, you want to just like take 6?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I had a whole hand of attacks, and Trent called attacks, and I burned for 9. Oh, 8. I'm sorry, 8. Yeah, and I died. So I was at 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that. Yep.
I mean, I think Fan NATO is fine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a little slow, but it's a good zone. And the thing about that combo is that gives a combo on good for Takeda to use. Like that's the same ability as the one on
Smite.
Yeah, there you go.
You're welcome.
So, yeah. And the Desperation is fine. Like that thing is like her attacks, like a lot of them like aren't terribly big, but they have a way to get more stats, and then she obviously gives stats as well. No, I think she has a lot of really good stuff. She has some amazing blocks.
Oh wow, I never even noticed that. Holy shit! Wow.
So
the zeros, like most trusted assassin, I always, I think all of her foundations are pretty serviceable. Like even the one that says E destroy your opponent's next attack gains flash. That's not horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like new Empress of Netherrealm, you get to draw a card. Your whole point of her is trying to get into Desperation. So you flip, lose 3, draw, and then Desperation E. You get to look at the top card of your opponent's deck. So check knowledge or whatever. So
yeah, I mean especially on both good and evil. Like you can be running no surprises.
Yes.
So the thing is like if it's Desperation E, so it doesn't have a commit or anything. So you can basically like look at it and just be like, okay, is that like a foundation? I'll try to get rid of it. Yeah. Is it an attack? I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Like
and then you most trusted assassin them down, and then like they're never passing a check. So unwittingly evil isn't.
I mean,
horrible
speaking of which,
go ahead.
If you're on symbol for no surprises, you should be running that card at 4x.
Well,
I mean, unless there's some pressing reason not to, like between like Takeda and like some of the. I mean, I've seen some other stuff stacking like Plant Man.
Yeah.
I've seen some more stuff with like Merciless Master. Like, there's a lot of things that just like kind of manipulate the top of your deck, and the biggest one especially is like Takeda and like his attack, and I guess like Windmill Punch as well. Like basically, there's at least 3 cards in the set that actively stack the top card of their deck with whatever they want. Don't let them do that.
Yeah. Yep. Her last foundation, Unwittingly Evil, it doesn't cancel her R flip after an opponent plays a card. They lose vitality equal to the combined keyword ratings printed on that card. So what's great is that if they are going to try to stun billion you with like jet removing cards, that gives them
it's printed. So
it's printed. Okay, good.
But the thing is like, yeah, this is sort of like funny, again, when they play like a missile launcher and you burn them for like 6 or 7 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they just stun out your entire board and kill you anyway, and you realize that there's better things to do for 3-4.
And then she has discard 1 momentum. Your opponent's block mod gets +2, which kind of works with her desperation a bit, and a couple of her other attacks. So, but I think that if I'm on good, I'd rather just run. What's the Woodman card? The Woodman card.
One with nature.
One with nature, because you get extra damage with it, and the R flip, and it's a 2/5 with a low block instead of a 3/4 with a low block. So stats are a little better. Unless you really want to burn them that bad. So, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but she's all right. I think she's a fun character. I don't know how competitive she's going to be, but she's definitely a fun competitor.
I think she's pretty good. I mean, I guess she's what? She's got low life, right?
Yeah, 626
hand size. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, 6 hand size is a little iffy, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, her E seems pretty good.
Go once per turn. Oh, no, lose by
Yeah. Like just the stats. I think she'll be fine.
Okay. Sounds good. Moving on? To Kotal Khan, everyone's favorite Aztec war god. I think a lot of his stuff's pretty good. I think he's a nuts character to begin, honestly. I think he's one of those characters. I think he may be like the new weenie rushdown type character where they're playing all low diff and then they're just pumping the hell out of everything. When Marco won the Premier Store event this week, that's all he was doing. He was playing he played Offering God. He played all of his attacks. He didn't play Sun God Choke. Yeah, he did. He played all of his attacks, and then he also played the Quan Chi Throw, and he was playing BB Hood's like Apple for a Day, and stuff like that. Where it's just
So I was like, how was? I thought you were saying it was like draft. I was like,
no. This is Premier Store. This is Premier Store. But yeah, I think he was playing like 25 attacks in the deck, but they were all tiny. And there was one. He went.
What symbol was he on?
Evil.
Was he running Ice Slam?
No, he was not, and he should. And I'll let him know that because he should. But I was talking with Tim Keefe and Slam in my team's chat, and like even Swordfish Gunfire with him is insane too because you play it, you sweep it, you get to momentum. Then you can Search Snake. Sure, that's cool.
It's pretty good.
Or you can Slide Shots.
Okay, you got Order, sure.
Yeah, you got Order.
That's. Yeah. I mean,
I know that's his worst symbol, but it's something. Yeah,
right.
I know. Like Evil, I think Evil and Life are his best symbols, but I don't know which one's which. Maybe because they can both get revoked, which is pretty awesome. And then Marco also was playing like Aura of Protection to like gain back the health and draw cards and help him block and stuff. But
so the I guess the pre-release event down in Virginia.
Sure.
Scott went to that. I ended up not being able to, and that was won by a Kotal Khan.
Sure.
And I was told that he was running, I believe it's called Lightning.
Oh yeah, the Raiden card.
Raiden's card.
Yeah.
And he would play an attack with like stun or whatever.
Yeah.
And use the R to get momentum, and then he would just play like a Lightning and like discard the momentum to like blow. What was it, like add foundations to their pool or something like that?
Yeah.
And where is it? Oh, sorry, I'm just going to check. Discard momentum. Yeah, add one of their committed things to their to their pool, and then like deadlock. I didn't know if it was desperation or deadlock, but yeah, and that thing is that's like 5 mid for 2.
Yeah.
So like when you play like the first move, like pump it, and then that move, and like pump it some more, and stun 2, and pump like put one of their foundations into their card pool, like they're not going to block that, and they get debuilt. He said he like watched him play against like a Goro and just like play multiple lightnings, and the guy just like
scooped,
rolled up in a fall.
Sawblade Strike in draft is surprisingly very strong, being able to gain 1 on every attack on both turns. Sure. With him, it's not horrible. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I feel like his support is like a little weird. I mean, that's the thing is I can see like early builds of him just running like all of his own stuff, and then someone's gonna run something that's gonna have a bunch of like BB Hood stuff or like whatever that Vincent Gray like promo is, Crimson Barrage,
Crimson Barrage,
just some of that stuff. And there's gonna be some like wild deck that comes out for him, and everyone's gonna go, oh.
Last of His Kind is fantastic. The lose 2 for -4 damage.
I mean that's something that I think is easily something where if you have one of those symbols, you put one in, maybe 2. I mean, I guess Order and Life, both of those people are running like Delta Blues team just because.
Yep.
And this is like the same, again, like Desperation, just free +2.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's a great card.
And then Invoking Blood Magic.
Invoking Blood Magic is 2. Yeah, I think that's
that is. I don't know if this is true or not. The only playable if you lost Vitality, that also counts as damage, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damage causes Vitality loss. Vitality loss is not necessarily damage.
Sure. Okay. So that also works if you're taking damage, kids.
I mean, it also works. Right. I thought it was like due to like a cost or something.
Yeah.
Like I thought it, or no, excuse me. I thought it was something where you had to have lost Vitality during the attack, and was just like, I don't know, it's like this is going to be played in like 5 characters.
Yeah,
that'll be really good.
This card's
and someone told me like, no, it's this turn.
Yeah, this card's 4x, man. I think this card's a 4x for sure. If you're playing an evil character off something, so yeah, it's very good.
I mean, all you have to do, Ray, all you have to do is like partial block one thing, and then they're all good.
Yeah, exactly. Going to Shake Weight, Kung Jin.
Sure.
Should we just get the Redeemed Rogue out of the way so we can make Tim happy?
Sure.
Redeemed Rogue is Tim Keefe's best, number 1 card in the set.
Yeah.
He says. It gets it's a 2/5 with a +2 high. Remove 1 combo or ranged attack from your discard pile. This attack gets +2 or -2 damage. Playable while committed. You are pigeonholed into combo or ranged attacks, but who cares? Because they're all combo and ranged attacks are very good right now. And if free damage is always good for cards that you're probably not going to see again because you're going to kill your opponent.
Yeah, I mean, this is like an interesting thing, like especially with we've sort of seen how much of a sort of a splash Explosive Acrobatics made.
Yeah.
Just like being able to set up like tech spheres. And this is the same thing. This is another way to do it on fire. And like, I feel like when Tim started making a fuss about it, I was just like, sure. I mean, maybe. And like as I started, I realized I was like, I was really thinking about just like the damage reduction on it, and just like, I mean, it's good, but okay. And then I was like, oh, it's playable while committed, like okay. And it's like, oh, or it's also plus. All right, this is kind of a nutty card.
Yeah,
I don't think you necessarily are just like I'll play this on every attack all the time, but if you get a couple of these in play, then like it's sort of one of those cards that people talk about like scaling.
Yeah.
And, like, this is one of those cards that's going to help you do that. Like obviously up until you cycle, if you've been using this and you cycle, you're probably going to lose.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah. The R is pretty good. Where it's
not bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad. So, I think out of its attacks, I like Rising Monk a lot. Rising Monk's
cool.
Yeah, it's one of those cards that it's a fast low attack, which is really weird because you don't see a lot of those sometimes. So it's a kick, powerful 2, combo ranged. Discard all ranged attacks from your card pool and draw 1 card for each card discarded this way. His other 2 attacks are ranged, so you're probably also packing in maybe like what's the focus charge if you're playing them off of air.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. I mean, honestly, this is a kick. You probably are running like Kosho if you're on air.
Yeah, true. Oh, yeah. Yep.
So. Yeah, I mean, I guess like Chun-Li probably has some other ones. Like, there's other sort of like range stuff floating around.
Yeah.
Chaos is a little weird, but yeah. I mean, you can definitely run like his stuff. Like Bowflame isn't amazing.
Yeah.
But if there's something that you can do that you can like put speed on it, I mean, obviously he can.
Yeah.
I guess it's serviceable for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, actually, another foundation of his is Shaolin Fighter.
Yes.
And that Desperation E is bonkers. Discard a momentum. This attack is -4 damage, playable while committed.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah, and then he could self-fill the momentum if he needed to,
Yeah. I mean, it's got chaos and air. Like, you can just run that in air and black.
Yeah.
And never die.
Yeah, and there you go.
I'll block this and this with low attacks. I'll take 2 momentum. I'll -4 damage, your other attacks that I can't block. Like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yep.
So, I mean, I guess it doesn't turn on until you're at Desperation. So maybe that's a saving grace, but okay.
Yeah, exactly. Go to the greatest combatant, Liu Kang. So, Yin and Yang is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I could see Yin and Yang ending up being like the most expensive card out of the set.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, it's one of those cards that if you're playing fire and you're playing a bunch of combo attacks like a Takeda or
fire, I mean, if you're playing any of these symbols,
okay, fine, yes.
Like if you're playing Lily and you're running some
shield ramp.
Is it after you block, you had a combo? Okay. Yeah. I didn't know if it was a combo or a reversal.
So what you do is you block, and then you add Neurophatica into your hand. Because that's a combo, I believe, too, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that and whatever the Takeda one is.
Yeah, the Takeda reversal, yeah. I found a lot of use out of Liu Kang's Fireball in draft. It's like stuffs pool. Has a good.
Well, the thing is, right? I mean, it triggers Liu Kang and it triggers off itself.
Yep.
I mean, it's also ranged. So again, we're talking. Like I mentioned, Lily.
Yep.
Like. I mean, I don't think she's like good, but this is a good card for her.
Yeah. Like she got some help. She got some help from not a lot, but she got some help from Liu Kang's support, I believe. So, Fatal Disagreement, I'm going to go back to. In our preview, one of our shows, I said that was one of my favorite cards that they had previewed so far for like Liu Kang. First F commit, your opponent has top card. It's basically Cowboy Battery on a foundation. So, Dark Emperor is pretty good.
I think Dark Emperor is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, like you play it like the once per turn F is awesome because you know it's coming. It's not a first F, so you don't have to worry about that. And then the responsibility. Oh, you're gonna prepare to fight my windmill punch? Nope.
Yeah.
It's just like get wrecked, kid. Windmill punch is pretty good too. Actually, I think his whole page is actually pretty solid, honestly. Even his spam, the greatest combatant, has a 6 check on it for some reason, but
yeah, I'm not sure why, but
it seemed like a lot of random cards got 6 checks in this set. Maybe just for the point of, hey, it shares a symbol with Ermac, so it has a 6 check on it. So you can just run all the 6 checks and characters and just, I guess, do everything you want with Ermac, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Champion of Combat, I think, but that was no, you said Fatal Disagreement. The
Champion of Combat's really good, too.
Champion of Combat is bananas.
Yes, it is. Yes. Yeah.
So, and that's another one, right? The commit, it gets like +X+X.
Yes.
So,
yeah,
I feel like that's important for him. That's the thing is like looking at his stuff, it seems like his biggest issue is going to be like dealing damage. It sure isn't going to be making things hit because you're just clogging up the pool so fast. I mean, the other thing too is like his E is so dumb.
Yeah. You can do it on
like
the defense
fact
too.
Because you're just milling for blocks.
Yeah. Milling for blocks, milling for attacks. Yeah.
Like, and the thing, right? He gets to do it on every attack. Your attacks, their attacks.
Yep.
He's a pretty nutty character. His support's okay.
Yep.
It's not very high damage, which I guess is.
Well, I mean, like you could off fire, you could run Punch and Judy, I guess, shove their pool complete, and then just start using his mill effect to fill your discard, and then you can just Punch and Judy away, like on Windmill Punch or Fireball or some shit. You know?
I mean, Windmill Punch isn't bad.
It's not.
We were actually talking today about Windmill Punch for like Bubble Man.
Oh, sure.
And, like...
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So the thing is, it's right. They're 5-speed mid, so that's pretty good. And then it's got the multiple 3, so you'll be able to pump everything by 3, and then the fact that it's static gives everything +1.
Yep.
So basically, it's a
7 damage,
5 mid for 7, multiple 3.
Yeah, it's pretty
and
good.
all the multiples you can just discard them after they resolve. Like, that's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And the
That's
combo.
a 3-check. Yay!
And the combo's pretty good. The other combo where you can just say you check a 5 and then you can just restack
or check
it.
A 6.
Check a 6 and restack it,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Yin and Yang. Did you just say that it'd probably be the most expensive card in the set after the ground settles?
I think once it all settles, unless Fatality is just doing something bananas.
Yeah. That's true. No, I agree. I pulled 1 out of my boxes. Is very happy. Would definitely want a 4. It's definitely one of those 4-ubs that you want 4 of it. I don't know if you'll run 4, but you definitely in him you'll run 4 for sure. I think.
I guess.
I don't know. Maybe it.
I'm always sort of wary about running like a ton of actions.
Yeah.
Especially in like 6-hand and 5-hand.
Sure.
But yeah, it's really good.
Yep.
Sure, probably. Why not?
Yeah.
It's like if you block with it, you get stuff for free, and while it's in your hand, you just junk out. Like the thing is right after you play it, like for him, if he plays a combo, adds a card, uses this, adds 2 more.
Yeah.
You're basically saying you get to look at like 3 cards. Right there, you look at 3 cards to get an attack, and then on your next attack, you look at like 4 cards to get an attack.
Yep.
Maybe 5 if they blocked.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I guess that basically makes up for itself. It's like you'll get some more attacks.
Yeah, exactly. So Melina,
and they're gonna die.
Yeah, most likely they're gonna die. Yes.
I'm actually surprised there isn't more Pool Clog hate in this set, considering like Liu Kang and Yin Yang.
Yeah.
Even just maybe we'll see how it shows up. Like I could see us getting another like stunning new look or something in a future set that's just. Wipe out your pool on like defense.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Like,
well,
there's definitely going to be. I could definitely see some salty games.
I guess people are going to start dusting off their copies of Chasing the Fight Money for Yin and Yang's and Liu Kang's Fireball. I guess.
I guess. I mean, the thing about that is like
it doesn't stop character abilities, but it could stop.
Yeah, it's like removing a foundation to stop like.
I know.
Like it's not bad. Given the choice, I will certainly remove a fight money to stop a Yin and Yang.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Melina.